So I keep hearing that people need to lift heavy or women need to lift heavy. And I think, what does that even mean? Because I myself, as a trainer, get confused over that lifting heavy. In my mind, heavy lifting is you need to create a deficit when you're lifting. So if your muscle is here in strength, you need to break the muscle down, let it repair and recover, and allow it to get stronger. If you are going to a point in your sets or when you do your exercises to where to do one more becomes either difficult or next to impossible, then I would say you're probably lifting at your max capacity or lifting what I would say is heavy lifting. The benefits of lifting heavy is that you are stimulating your muscle in a way that is going to produce the result. We're all looking for a result. If you're just going into the gym and comfortably lifting weights, then you're probably not going to get the result you want. And if you're going to the gym to get a result, then that heavy lifting, whether it's through using slow controlled reps or whether it's through actually putting a heavy weight on yourself that is extremely challenging, well, then you need to be doing that. Result would be progressive overload. So if you come in 1 week and let's say, you can do, bicep curls and we're using 30 pounds, and then you come in the next week and you do 30 pounds again, but that feels a lot easier than it did the time before. Well, then we probably need to make an increase, and that over time is going to look like that. So that's what you're always trying to do, is create overload within the muscle. Progressive overload over time is going to benefit you because you're going to get stronger, and being stronger, you can do everything better in your life with a stronger body. People think, like, even for instance, if you want to be more flexible, they need to stretch more. Well, actually, if you're strong, then you can probably be more flexible. Like, you can flex better. Like, I can touch the ground easier because I'm stronger, not because I necessarily stretch every day. If you are going to the gym on your own and wanting to lift weights, I would try to pick a weight that is really going to challenge you. And then I would, again, probably get a timer of some sort, whether you're going to use your phone, your watch, a timer you get on Amazon that you can just have on a machine, and just allow your body to go through a time under tension with each exercise and get yourself working to a point to where you are getting fatigued or getting exhausted. You can make weight feel heavy just by changing the speed of the rep. So a lot of times with my clients, I have them go, in a particular manner of speed. So whether that's, 4 seconds in the positive, 4 seconds in the negative, or 10 seconds in the positive, 10 seconds in the negative. It all depends on what the person is actually able to handle. But changing your speeds on the reps will make the weight feel that much heavier. So I think there is multiple ways to manipulate sets, and one of those is by changing the speed of your reps. And if you change the speed of your reps, you are going to make what normally, if you were going quickly through a range of motion, that weight would typically tend to feel pretty light. And if you if you slow down those reps, then suddenly that weight that you thought was so easy suddenly becomes really heavy. Like, even for instance, I had a client today and I just started to tell her to slow everything down. And she said, but that makes it that much harder. Well, that is the point. Exercise, in order for it to be effective, needs to be hard. So I didn't have to change any of the weights on her sets because she would get in a set and she would do what her brain wants to do, which is go fast. She just wants to move through the set. And then I would tell her to slow it down. But at first, right at the beginning of the set, she would go, oh, I don't think this is heavy enough. And I say, slow down. The second she slowed it down, she goes, well, that makes it harder. And that is the point. The weight stayed the same, but what I did is have her slow her reps down. And suddenly, everything felt really heavy. So you don't have to just think like, oh my God, I gotta put heavy weight. This is gonna be horrible. You could actually take a weight and slow the reps way down. And then that is also going to feel hard and heavy. I would say to anybody that's new to weightlifting, slow the reps down so that you don't have to risk, the thought that if I put a heavy weight on myself, I'm going to injure myself. Just take a weight that feels challenging and then slow those reps down, and you're not going to have to worry about the safety of the exercise. I think if anybody outside of their quote unquote heavy lifting wants to do Pilates, wants to do yoga, wants to do a group fitness class, wants to do Orange Theory, F45, I say do it. If you feel like it is benefiting you, I'm all for it. But if you're doing it at the expense of heavy lifting, or if you're doing it and now you're trying to come over here and do this weightlifting, but you're so tired and fatigued from these classes or other things that you're doing that these sessions aren't getting what they need, then I would say you need to pull back on some of these in order to give more attention to this over here. Because in the long run, I think this is where you're gonna see the real benefits. Okay, so the next time you hear someone tell you you need to lift heavy, think to yourself, I need this exercise or this weight to be challenging, and I need myself to put in some effort. So it's gonna require some work. If you have any questions, leave a comment or reach out to me on Instagram at All Women Have Muscles.